This is a major win for the United States of America. The Supreme Court has just struck down the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Brewer. Since 1911, that has been the ruling case on concealed carry outside of the home in New York, which it stated that you would only be able to carry a firearm outside of your home if you were a business owner and carrying cash or something along those lines. But if you were not, then you would not have the right to carry a firearm. Well, with this new ruling, we see that the Constitution is being preserved. It is being saved, especially during the times which we're facing right now, where everybody is attacking guns. We even have Republicans coming out and supporting red flag laws. And this is a attack on the Constitution, but we have the Supreme Court standing up and doing the right thing. And in this particular case, it was ruled 6-3 and 6-3, and the six Supreme Court justices who were in support of this bill were Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, John Roberts, Brett Kavanaugh, Neil Gorsuch, and Amy Coney Barrett. And then the three that were against it is Stephen Breyer, Sonia Sotomayor, and Elena Kagan. So 6-3, this decision was made in favor of overturning this, and it is a beautiful thing, as I've already mentioned, simply because of the attack that America has been facing on the gun control front. Now it's going to be interesting to see what takes place once the Roe v. Wade decision appears in front of the Supreme Court, to see how that will be ruled. We already have a leaked draft, allegedly from a Sotomayor, however you pronounce her name, that justice. One of her clerks allegedly were the ones to leak it. But anyway, we will be seeing how that case rolls out, and we know that with that leak, they were in favor of reversing Roe v. Wade. So we will probably see some similar outrage, if not more outrageous things taking place if Roe v. Wade is overturned. But we'll focus on this right now because there's a lot going on in the Supreme Court. So I just wanted to focus on this particular case. So the mayor of New York is not too thrilled with what took place. Neither is Joe Biden. Joe Biden actually called it unconstitutional that this was overturned. I will actually read to you a little bit of his statement that he said in regards to this. He said that I am deeply disappointed by the Supreme Court ruling in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Brewer. Since 1911, the state of New York has required individuals who would like to carry a concealed weapon in public to show a need to do so for the purpose of self-defense and to acquire a license. More than a century later, the United States Supreme Court has chosen to strike down New York's long-established authority to protect its citizens. This ruling contradicts both common sense and the Constitution and should deeply trouble us all. It shouldn't deeply trouble us all, Joe. It should be very invigorating that the Constitution is being upheld, because it is actually unconstitutional to state a average citizen who may not be a business owner, who may not be may not be a business owner that's carrying money for that business, but they are a worker who has a family, and they may have a wallet and they may have money in it. So why can't they have the right to protect their money? Why can't they have the right to protect their family as they are roaming the streets of New York? And as we've seen, the crime rates in New York have skyrocketed over the past year or so. I mean, we've seen a huge increase in criminal activity in 2022. It's been insane. Every crime has gone up in 2022, aside from shooting events. And this is just a statistical fact. So right here is an article from the AMNY, and it states in just the beginning that according to NYPD statistics, crime in New York City increased by 27.8%, with 10,414 crimes in May of 2022 compared to 8,149 in May of 2021. Now, there has been a decline in shooting incidents, but crime overall has gone up tremendously in the state of New York. So being able to now carry a firearm, if you're just an average citizen, is going to give you a great deal of protection from any kind of criminal activity that may come your way, and it may deter criminals as well. So this is a huge win, and this is what the New York governor actually had to say about this. She is not too pleased with the decision. Of course she isn't, as she is a bleeding leftist. But here we go. I want to show this over to you guys. So let's check this out, see what she has to say in regards to this overturning this decision by the Supreme Court. Once again, this is the New York State governor.
As governor of the state of New York, my number one priority is to keep New Yorkers safe. But today, the Supreme Court is sending us backwards in our efforts to protect families. Well, we do not need people entering our subways, our restaurants, our movie theaters with concealed weapons. We don't need more guns on our streets. We are not powerless in this situation. We're not going to cede our rights that easily. This decision isn't just reckless, it's reprehensible. It's not what New Yorkers want. And we should have the right of determination of what we want to do in terms of our gun laws in our state.
Now, this is exactly what New Yorkers want, because New York is bigger than just the central part of New York, the southern part of New York, where New York City is. It is bigger than that. In upstate New York, it is more rural and a very beautiful place. And I know quite a few people that live there, and they are very, very patriotic, and they love their guns. So a big portion of New York is in support of this. So what she is saying is untrue, and she's just focusing on a small section of New York. And also when she says that we don't need more concealed guns being toted around in movie theaters and restaurants, etc. Well, explain to me then why there are police officers that are in movie theaters, that are patrolling the streets. I mean, they have a concealed gun as well, and they're supposed to be protecting. Additionally, the main reason why we've seen the shooting incidents decrease in New York is because of the new task force, essentially, that was established. So it is the neighborhood safeties team, and they were targeting the highest crime areas where 80% of the city's gun crimes occurred. And so they were tasked with taking guns off the street. That was a key part of what Mayor Eric Adams' crime fighting plan was. And so the first wave is made up of 168 officers, with around 300 more to be added after they've completed a week-long training. So presumably these officers are going around. Actually, I'm looking at a picture right now, and it looks like the people that are involved in this safety team have guns on them, which would make sense if they are going to areas that have high crime rates, especially when it comes to guns. And so the only reason that you have your shooting incidents going down in New York is because you are using armed officers to remove guns off the street and to deter these criminals, these gangs, from getting into shootouts, because they are all over the place. So one thing that we've learned is that increased police activity in a certain area, increased patrolling, may result in a lower crime rate, specifically gun crimes. And if you have armed individuals, this is something that we know to be true as well, will reduce gun crimes and crimes altogether. So this is a huge win for the United States. And I think that we are going to see potentially more false flags that will attempt to remove the Second Amendment right. But as we see right now, America will not give up its right to own guns. This is at the core of what it means to be an American, is the right to self-defend. So I hope you guys liked this short little video here. If you did, please give a thumbs up, leave a comment, let us know what you think, and then please hit that subscribe button. Much love. Peace.